What are you doing with yourself? Why are you the same? Are you tired of getting the same results year after year after year? Bob Proctor, the star of the movie The Secret, says if you want to change, you have to change your paradigms that are controlling you. A paradigm is a bunch of habits. Everything you do is habitual. Your customs, your beliefs, the way you put your clothes on in the morning was taught to you by someone else. Who are you listening to? You want to change your weight, your salary, or your relationships, you first must start with your habits. Dr. Stephanie Aldrich, creator of the Habit Formula, has spent the last few years learning how to have love, health, and wealth. She has the secret sauce to all, and she wants to give it to you for free. Go to thehabitformulabook.com for more information. Hey everybody, you know what time it is. It's lunchtime with the Habit Master. I'm your host, Dr. Stephanie Aldrich, and I help people change their habits, both professionally and personally, so they can finally hit the targets and goals that they want. Before we get started, I wanted to mention that you, anybody listening to this today, can grab yourself a free copy of the Habit Formula book by going to thehabitformulabook.com. What it'll do is go to the back of each chapter and start filling out the questions. The questions center on what do you really want to change? What habit is just keeping you stuck in the same spot that you've always been, right? Once you learn how to do that, you're identifying things, you're aware of something that is not serving you anymore, then you go through each of the other steps and it'll tell you exactly what you have to do to change it and to get better results. Hey everybody, how's it going? So today is Tuesday, right? And we're going to talk things that are tooth related and mouth related. Which is all up my alley being a general dentist, right? Today we're talking about 10 ways that people sabotage their mouth. It's Tooth Sabotage Day on the Lunchtime with the Habit Master show, okay? So I was reading some statistics today and it was like, holy crap, I didn't realize that this was what was going on. But it said this is from the... you can read it from the ADA, the American Dental Association, that 58% of Americans see the dentist at least once per year. And you say, that's wonderful. Half the country seeing the dentist once a year. The problem is 42% of the other people don't see him at all. It's not that they're going more, it's that they're not going at all, okay? 21%, so half of those 42% of people haven't been to the dentist for 3 years. 3 years, people. Okay? And what I want to talk about today is sabotaging your own health. So think about it. The mouth is just a small part of your overall health. So if people in general, 42% of the population isn't even taking care of their mouth, think of the health conditions that they are ignoring, that they're sweeping under the rug and not taking care of. And, you know, if they're not doing it to their mouth, think of what their health is. So a lot of things like diabetes and high blood pressure and things that can be managed with diet, exercise, and even a little medication can be helped if you actually go see somebody about it, right? I know personally, I go to the doctor twice a year. I get like 8,000 vials of blood drawn and she looks at like everything. Like she has, I think, 2 papers worth of things that she's looking at. I don't even understand them all, right? And I'm in the medical field. And she just, you know, there's only a couple once in a while that are off a little bit and she tells me what to do and we do them, right? And when I first started, I never went to the doctor, only if I was sick or, you know, hurt myself or, you know, whatever. And I noticed in the last 3 years, by being, eating a little differently, exercising a little differently, but really focusing in on hard numbers with all of the stats or all the measurements of my minerals and vitamins and enzymes and, all the stuff that she's measuring, that I feel so much better. And I know what I have to do to maintain my weight and to maintain the feeling that I have, that everything feels awesome. I'm running on all cylinders. I can take care of my practice, my patients, my team members, right? Then I'm doing all of this kind of stuff. Like, I'm not even tired. Like, this is fun to me. It energizes me. But unless my health overall is good, unless my energy levels are high, unless I'm, running on all full cylinders, that can never happen, right? Well, we're going to focus on the 10 ways this 42% of people that don't go to the dentist once a year, and most of them not even over 3-year periods, these are the ways that they're sabotaging their mouth. And just think of what they're doing to their overall health, right? So let's get started. The first way that they sabotage their mouth, their teeth, their gums, their fillings, whatever prior things that they had, is they're eating my favorite, crunchy foods. I harp on this pretty much every day. I see cracked teeth every day. So we've already seen, 27 people today. And out of those 27, I did 4 fillings because of cracked teeth. And we diagnosed 8 more, all cracks. There's no decay yet, but there's so many cracks in this tooth, and they're starting to feel biting pressure that it's like, okay, we either have to do crowns, we have to do fillings on these things. Why? Crunchy foods. As we get older, the teeth don't hold up as well, right? We might have wear spots. We might have had previous dental work done, right? And what happens is you're eating all this crunchy stuff, and the teeth are starting to get stressed out, and that tooth structure then develops little micro cracks, and then all of a sudden, boom, something busts off. Sometimes you feel it, sometimes you don't, but I can't tell you how many times I jump on cracks now. I don't, very rarely am I watching them. If I do watch them, it's because I might see a little baby line, but I can't feel it. I know the patient has no symptoms, nothing's showing up on the x-ray, and it's not through enamel, right? So sometimes we do watch things, but it's very rare. I am more proactive about cracked teeth now. I try to jump on it because all we usually have to do, unless there's tons of cracks in it, but if it's one little crack alongside, let's say, a filling, a lot of times I just extend the filling into that area. So it's really easy to do, it's cheap, it's effective, and most people don't feel anything afterwards as far as sensitivity or biting pressure or anything like that. Number 2, and this is another big one. This is one of my favorites. They don't floss. No flossy. Why doesn't anybody floss? It is one of the cheapest and easiest things to do. It only takes a couple of minutes. If you can't get your big old man hands in your mouth, right, because you got big old hands, or maybe your dexterity isn't as good, grab one of those little devices. A lot of times they have a little holder with a little floss in between, and then you can get up there, okay? Stick it in your pocket, put it in your purse. Do it right before bed if you don't do it the rest of the day, right? Do some flossing. So out of all the fillings that I've done in my career, I think it was 52 or 56%. So half of the fillings were in between the teeth. Why? They're either cracked from crunchy foods or people aren't flossing, okay? Get in there, get stuff clean, and, try to keep all that food out of there so that the bacteria is not being all crazy, right? Number 3, they're grinding. And they don't wear a mouth guard, okay? Everybody has some type of grinding or clenching ability, right? And depending on how you're sleeping, that can actually start wearing away the enamel. The enamel on our teeth is the hardest substance in our body, okay? And once it's gone, nothing I do is going to replace it, right? We try to put fillings in there. We try to put crowns or bridges or, whatever. But it's still the best material out there is our own natural enamel. Well, if you're grinding on that, and we have a special going on last part of the month here. So for the next part of the week, we've got $100 off our mouth guard systems, and we have 2 of them that can help you so that you're clenching and grinding on that and not your own face, right? I just know I have so many patients that they never had their grinding addressed when they were younger, and now they're in their 60s and 70s, and their teeth are so flat, there's not a lot of stuff, and they're short. There's not a lot of stuff I can do to them. Like, I am tiptoeing around the tulips because I can't open their jaw up to make these teeth longer, right? That's a whole other issue. You have to retrain the TMJ joint, and you can cause all kinds of issues with that. Normally, if we need to do something like that, I just send them to the specialist because there's a lot of ramifications about that if you just haphazardly start doing that, right? People have to get used to it. You also can cause TMJ issues if you don't do it properly, right? So grinding, these people, they don't have it taken care of, and then the stuff goes into the nerve, right? Because there's only so much enamel, and then there's a second layer called dentin, and then there's the nerve, and that's it, right? So a lot of times they wear down through both layers of tooth structure, and they're into the nerve, and then usually they have to get things taken out. There's nothing else you can do for it, okay? Then they're in dentures, then they grind on those, and they can't eat, and it's just a big old mess. So the 42% of Americans that aren't going to the dentist, these 3 things are things that they're doing. They're not flossing, they're grinding away their teeth, and they're eating crunchy foods. And then all of a sudden something breaks, and they have to get in, they're in pain, and it's going to cost them a whole lot of money to try to get these teeth fixed. Or they're chucking them, and then at the end, there's nothing left except dentures, right? So number 4, just not coming. No visit. They don't get anything checked, right? Doesn't hurt. Who cares? Pull it when I need it, right? Bunch of hillbillies out there. They don't come. Well, we had a show a week or 2 ago about the links between cardiovascular disease, heart attack and stroke, and gingivitis periodontal disease, right? There's a huge link to the bacteria and inflammation processes in the mouth when you're not getting a cleaning, when you're not getting things checked up, and the link between an increased risk of stroke and heart disease, okay? So the 42% of Americans that aren't going to the dentist, they're the reason why your health insurance is so expensive, okay? Because just think, if they're not coming to the dentist, they're not going to the doctor on a regular basis either. They're eating all the junk food, the high salty, stuff, the crunchy things, and they're not taking care of themselves. So, if they're not doing that with their mouths, just think what their overall health is. And that's why our United States healthcare system is so messed up and so expensive, is because people aren't taking care of themselves. They should be penalized for us trying to drug them to death and keep them ticking because they're not taking care of themselves. They have to change their habits. Again, grab this book and it will help you at thehabitformulabook.com. It will help you change your freaking habits. It's done wonders for me and my family. Number 5, not taking care of things early, right? Too late. I had a gentleman in today that we had diagnosed a filling, and it was a small filling, small hole, little cavity in his mouth last year, right? I hadn't seen him, whatever. Came in today for a cleaning, and he's like, yeah, we need to reevaluate. I don't think, it doesn't bother me. It's not an issue, right? Okay, so we took an x-ray today because he was due for those. And we actually took a picture with our intraoral camera of the tooth. And now instead of one surface small filling, it's a two surface bigger filling, right? Because he's waited a whole year and now there's cracks in the tooth, there's a bigger hole, and we showed him and he's like, holy crap. And now one of his other teeth are gone, and I go, yeah, you're the one that didn't believe me because it didn't hurt. I go, now you're talking more expense, a bigger hole, and your tooth is never going to be the same because you've neglected to follow my advice. I don't need to find things, okay? I need to take care of the stuff that is wrong, okay? So when I make recommendations, it's because I see something. Now, if I see something that's kind of iffy or whatever, we watch it. Let's see, hey, if you're feeling anything, come in and we'll take care of it. If not, we're just going to make sure it stays the same, right? Okay? But if I do see something, it's on the x-ray, it's in a picture, I can just see the hole in the mouth, you can feel it with your tongue, obviously something's wrong. So don't wait. It's just going to get more expensive, more painful. You know it's going to happen this weekend when nobody's in because it's Labor Day weekend, right? That's when all this stuff's going to happen, is when nobody's available. It's going to be a holiday. Your doc's going to be on vacation. Nobody can get you in for 2 weeks and your face is out to here swollen and you got to go to the emergency room. Urgent care facilities are so bombarded with just dental pain issues that could have been avoided because people wait too long to come in and get a checkup and get the stuff done, okay? It doesn't hurt. Well, guess what, folks? It's gonna hurt soon. It's gonna be just a matter of time, but it's gonna hurt, okay? Number 6 is something has to do with medications. And that's dry mouth. Over 500 medications that are prescribed every year in the world have a side effect of dry mouth. Saliva is a very important buffer to all the acidic foods that we eat, acidic drinks that we have in our system, and also all of the bacteria that's in our mouth that's producing a natural acid in our mouth. Saliva helps to buffer all of that, and also it helps to almost like wash away any of the extra debris and bits of food and all of that that's in our mouths, right? So dry mouth is very important, and that's something that your dentist can help along with your doctor. But if you ignore it, you're going to have a coating on your tongue. It's just going to look gross, but you're also going to have an increased risk of problems with the gums and also more cavities, right? So, you got to get these things checked out and not wait. Number 7, you allow insurance to control you. So let's say you hadn't been in the dentist for a while, or let's say you were in an accident and you need 4 teeth filled or 4 teeth crowned, okay? And you need root canals on there. Well, most insurance plans nowadays, it's 2019, they still have very low maximums that, they will pay for you, right? Most people will say, oh, I'm only going to get 2 teeth fixed because then, my insurance will be out and that's it, right? People that have insurance, you're very lucky that you have insurance, but you also need to realize that insurance doesn't cover everything. There are maximums, and that if there is something that needs to be fixed, you need to budget it, okay? If your company at work has an HSA plan, some kind of health savings account, start putting that away. Max it out every year, because you never know when your kid falls and you need, they break their arm and your insurance doesn't pay for all of it. You never know when you need some eyeglasses. You never know when you need some tooth issues taken care of, right? Insurance is only going to do so much. So make sure that you are planning for your health issues, that you have some money stashed away, right? Because we're not robots. We're not mechanical. We break just like everything else. We're not here on earth forever, right? We get older, we have wear and tear on our bodies, and that includes teeth. So don't allow insurance premiums and maximums to hold you back from getting the treatment that you want. You're going to end up losing your teeth, and then you're going to be in the dentures or partials. Not everybody's eligible for implants nowadays, right? Especially if you've had some type of cancer treatment, especially if you have dry mouth, especially if you have any type of heart condition, or, your med list is like, longer than my arm, right? You'll never heal. And then you're just gumming food, okay? You're eating smoothies, you're eating all the soft stuff, and most soft stuff is high in carbs and low in nutritional value. And then your health starts declining, right? So it's very important to keep the teeth that you have, make sure that they're healthy, and don't let insurance maximums dictate what treatment you need to get, right? Number 8, and this is a big one that we talked about yesterday. Now, we talked about it in kids, but I see this all the time even in adults, and that's fear, right? Nobody likes to go to the dentist. I don't like picking at my own teeth, or, if I've had to go. But being on this side of the table, I understand. I just had surgery on my eye on Friday, right? And for that, I had to be awake. You're not put asleep for that type of surgery. And, it was a little nerve-wracking, but I knew she would take care of me. I knew that cyst needed to go because it was bothering me. My eye was always irritated, and it was starting to affect my vision. Well, I need to be able to see to take care of you guys, right? And to do the best job I can do, to write books, to, do whatever I got to do. I got to be able to see, right? I want to see my cute sensitive face and my little hubby's cheeks, right? Okay? Don't allow fear to stop you from getting treatment, okay? You can do sedation, a little Valium, little Xanax. Sometimes we send you to someone that does nitrous, or can give you IV and completely put you out. Don't allow fear of the unknown, fear of not having the knowledge or the experience in something. Don't allow fear to stop you from taking care of your teeth, okay? Because 42% of America does this. It's one of these 10 things that is stopping them from coming, okay? Number 9, you brush with a medium or hard toothbrush. You gotta use soft, man. Soft. Think of your gum tissue, and you're gonna be raking that with some, coarse sandpaper. All of our toothpaste has grit in it, right? There's like silicate particles in there, and that's what helps to scrub away all the plaque and tartar that builds up. But then, if you're putting a hard toothbrush on there, you might as well say goodbye to both your enamel, the second part, which is the dentin, and your gum tissue. Your teeth are gone. I can't tell you how many of the old guys that I see, and they still are brushing with medium toothbrushes. And I'm like, can I have your toothbrush so I can throw it away? Use soft, use extra soft, use a rotary brush, and that will help you so you're not brushing too hard or digging that gritty toothpaste into your tooth structure, your gums, and that will just help. Okay, so don't use the medium or hard toothbrush. Save that to clean your shoes or get the crud out of some grout or whatever. Don't use it on your teeth, okay? And the final way people sabotage their mouth is that they have the belief, and I'm just going to write down belief. Terribly, but I'm writing it down. They have the belief that teeth don't matter. Doesn't matter. When it hurts, pull it. I don't care. I'm eating just fine. Of course, they're eating, like we talked about earlier, they're eating crappy food. They're eating soft food that are high in calories and low in nutritional value, right? And most of those people, if you see the people with no teeth, or to people that, have very bad teeth, that they usually don't look very good. They don't look healthy. They're usually gray or pale. Their skin looks terrible. A lot of times they're heavy smokers, so they really look terrible. They smell terrible. And, you know, one of these 10 things, you're just sabotaging your health. You know, not all of us can live to be 110, okay? I know for myself, I want to be around as long as I can so I can see my grandbabies, maybe even my great-grandbabies. Who knows, right? I want to live on this earth as long as possible. And to do that, I got to at least take care of my teeth, my gums, and also the rest of my body, right? So these are 10 ways that 42% of Americans, and we're in the richest land there is, right? Supposedly. 42% of Americans haven't been to the dentist at least this year in 2019. And then here's 10 ways that they are sabotaging their own health, okay? Let's go over them. So 10 ways to sabotage their mouth. 1, they're eating crunchy food, right? 2, they're not flossing. So all that gunk's just building up in between the teeth, causing decay and gum inflammation. Inflammation's going up through their system and can cause heart attack and stroke. Number 3, grinding. So they're grinding away all the good stuff that we're born with, and then they're having sensitivity issues. They're breaking off at the gum line, and there's just not much you can do. They're short teeth, gotta chuck them. Number 4, they just don't go, okay? 42% haven't gone. 21% of those people, so half of those, so a quarter of the nation hasn't been to the dentist in over 3 years. So think of the crud that's on their teeth. Think of the decay that's there, probably some type of infection, and, you know, think of what the rest of their body's like. Number 5, they wait too long to do something, okay? It started out being a small filling, and now it's into the nerve. It's causing pain, and they got to either chuck it or they got to put a couple grand into it to fix it, right? Number 6, 500 medications that are on the prescription list cause dry mouth as a side effect, okay? That can cause all kinds of other issues as far as dentistry and even in your body, right? Number 7, they allow insurance companies to dictate their treatment. So we're only going to pay for this much, or we're denying this claim because of so-and-so. Don't allow dental insurance to dictate what and how you get your mouth treated, right? Number 8 is just simple fear. People are scared because there's needles involved. There's going to be a little bit of pain. You know, we try our best to do, you know, be as fast as we can with things. But it is going to, you know, be a little bit uncomfortable. But we do it fast. We do it quickly, and we do it with love and care so that we know that we're not, you know, killing anybody, right? But fear can be a big one, and that's why they don't go. Well, there are sedation dentists out there, so make sure you find one. If you need a little bit of sedation, do it. Use it. Use what's out there, right? Number 9, they still are making medium and hard toothbrushes. Stop that. Stop grinding, you know, brushing away all your gum tissue, all of the protective enamel and dentin that's on your teeth, okay? And then finally, number 10 is something that I can't help. It's their belief, their value in their health. They don't believe that teeth are important, and all they do is chuck them, okay? So these are the 10 ways that people sabotage their health, and it all starts with their mouth. It all starts, you know, being a dentist. These are the things that I see each and every day. We do a free dental day where we do free dentistry for the community every single year. It's usually first part of August, and I see all 10 of these. And I try to correct as many of these 10 things, especially belief. A lot of people, you know, they just don't believe that their mouth is important. And probably number 7 is cost. They don't want to put their hard-earned money into their teeth. They don't think that they're worth it. They don't value their smile or that they're chewing. But of course, once I can't fix it anymore, then all of a sudden they care, right? So make sure that you write down these 10 things. Make sure that's not you that I'm talking to. If you haven't been to the dentist, give us a call, 330-666-7440. I would love to take care of you guys. I know I have so many patients on here that are watching already. Awesome. I can't wait to see you guys. But if you haven't been you're in the Akron area, come see us. Trust me, we'll be as gentle as we can. I'm pretty fast at stuff, and I also don't need to look for things. I have plenty of things to do all day. But I would love to take care of you and try to make you feel more confident in your smile, and furthermore, be able to chew, be able to eat what you want to eat, right? So if you're not in the Akron area, make sure you go see your dentist. I don't want you to be a quarter of the nation that hasn't been there for 3 years, because it's nasty and you can affect the health of your body in so many ways when you're not taking care of your mouth. So that's it for me for Tooth Tuesday. Thanks for watching. Remember, we want to build good habits together. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Business Wednesday.